All right, an agreement, a one-week delay, and a new FBI investigation. But tonight, it appears there's very little bipartisanship as we inch closer to a vote on the president's second Supreme Court nominee. Tonight's Power Panel here to discuss Fox News contributor Leslie Marshall, former DOJ counsel Jamil Jaffer, and Town Hall senior columnist Kurt Schlichter. Welcome to all of you.
Thanks for having us.
Hi, Shannon.
Okay, so listen, we know this FBI report. Mitch McConnell said tonight it is coming into the Senate tonight. We know that there are a couple of top Senate leaders who are supposed to see it first thing in the morning, about 8 a.m. Eastern. It goes through the White House first. But just a reminder that there's still a lot of back and forth going on between Senator Grassley, the chair of the committee, and Ford's legal team. Just to remind people what Grassley has asked the team for, he wants therapist notes, because some of them were shared with the Washington Post, polygraph recordings of Dr. Ford taking the test, and communications that Ford or her team had with media outlets. Today, this is what her attorneys say. Dr. Ford is prepared to provide those documents to the FBI when she's interviewed. We have not yet heard from the FBI about scheduling an interview with her. Jamil.
I mean, look, the Senate is doing its investigation. The Democrats called for the Senate to do their investigation. I'm not sure why Dr. Ford's attorneys won't give the Senate, whose job it is to do the investigation, the records they're asking for. She wants to give it to the FBI. That's fine. She should give it to the Senate, too.
All right, this is what Grassley says now in response to that back and forth. He says the Constitution tasks the Senate, not the media or the FBI, with providing advice and consent for Supreme Court nominees. It's disappointing that Dr. Ford's attorneys were willing to share evidence with the Washington Post many weeks ago, but to this day refused to share the same evidence which Dr. Ford relied on in her testimony with the Senate. Leslie, does it help or hurt her case that she won't share these bits of evidence?
Well, I think her attorney has their reasons, and quite frankly, I think they want it out there that the FBI has not talked to them. The FBI allegedly has not talked to Judge Kavanaugh either, and that's problematic to me because I want it to be a thorough investigation. I think a week is enough time, but I think you have to interview all of the parties. It bothers me, quite frankly, that it was leaked to the Washington Post. Jamil, I somewhat agree with you that they could easily give this to both the senators and the FBI, but I think it's, in a sense, a statement, if you will, saying we'll be glad to provide this, but we want to give it to the FBI in this investigation. By the way, they haven't called us. We haven't spoken to them, and they want to put that out there, and I think she's doing it in the best interest of her client.
Well, Kurt, you know, we haven't seen the report yet, and we may never see it, but the people who are going to get to see it, the senators, even those who are criticizing, haven't seen it yet. But their main objection is the fact that Dr. Ford, Judge Kavanaugh, neither of them apparently, as far as we know, interviewed by the FBI, but they both have given hours of sworn testimony. What would the FBI benefit in talking to those two? Do you think that this makes it illegitimate that they weren't reviewed?
No, this is just another delaying tactic, Shannon. The Democrats want to do everything they can to keep this vote from coming to the floor. And any excuse, any ridiculous rationale for delaying it is something that we're going to see thrown up there. And that's what's happening now. She doesn't need to be interviewed again. She spent how many hours on the being interviewed in front of the entire committee on national TV? We've all seen what she has to say. We've all seen what Brett Kavanaugh has to say. Let's see if the FBI came up with anything new, and then let's vote and let's confirm this guy.
Well, and Jamil, it looks like they're moving that way. Mitch setting things in motion tonight, a possible vote Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, Mitch McConnell has filed cloture. That means the Senate has to limit debate shortly when they vote to invoke cloture, which they will now be able to do because the filibuster is gone post the Neil Gorsuch vote, which I'm sure the Democrats now are regretting. That means that after that, there'll be 30 hours of debate and the Senate goes to a vote, and that's it. Up or down, whatever happens, that's what's happening.
Okay, so Leslie, if the report comes in tonight or tomorrow and senators have time to review it, if it's been thorough, if it covers the same ground, would you be okay with the vote moving forward, or what would your objection be? Because this is the deal they made a week ago.
Well, a couple of things. First of all, if you're going to delay it, I mean, the midterms are in November, so that's absolutely ridiculous to say that my party wants to just delay. I think they want all the information. Secondly, FBI is going to ask different questions in Senate, so I disagree. I think both should be questioned by the FBI. And then lastly, what bothers me is what I'm hearing is that there's going to be one report, and that this report will go back and forth between Republicans and Democrats and, you know, senator to senator. And I am concerned that in 30 hours now all of them can view it, and I want all of them to see it before they make their vote, because my bet is there'll be 1 or 2 Republicans that say no and 1 or 2 Democrats that say yes to his confirmation.
All right, Kurt, final word to you.
Oh, you know, we don't need to go on. Shannon, we don't need to get to the bottom of the ice throwing allegations. It's all done. It's over. We know what we need to vote on this guy. Senators, go do your job. Confirm this man.
All right, and Kurt, what's the name of your new book?
Hey, my new book is Militant Normals. It's available on Amazon. Go out and get it. It's a lot of fun.
Leslie and Jamil, you tell us about your books when you have them too. Thanks to all of you for coming in tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Shannon.